Hi children, I'm your bunny Bess. Today in this video we're going to start a new session and that too for standard 6. We are going to focus on term 3 portions, volume 3 science portions. Come along with me children. Let's see what we can do in this video. Let's start with the table of contents. This is a new textbook you have for the third term and what are the lessons given to you? See, there are about 6 units given. The first one is magnetism, and the second one water. Then you have chemistry in everyday life, and then you have our environment. And then you have plants in daily life, and then you have hardware and software. Okay, the first unit is magnetism. And we are going to deal with magnetism in detail in this video. Okay, children. Let's start. Unit 1, magnetism. I think you can understand this picture. What is this three things kept on that? There's a picture over there, and you have cardboard, and then you have pencil, and then on top you have three round things. And what is that? Can you guess it? And what do you have? What do you see here, children? I think you have guessed it. You have some pins, and they are called as gem clips. And here, I think you know it. What is this? Come on. Yes, you guessed it right. It's a magnet, right? Okay, let's see what's happening here. And what is this experiment? Can you guess it, children? You have the magnet, and you have the pins here sticking to them. And in between, you have the cardboard. Let's see. Let's go on with our lesson. Come along with me, children. Okay. Let's start with the learning objectives. What are the learning objectives for this lesson? Learning objectives. The first one, to know about the discovery of magnets. In this lesson, you will study about the discovery, how magnets were discovered. That's the first one. Okay, and then second one, to identify the magnetic and non-magnetic materials. What are magnetic materials? What are non-magnetic materials? And how will you find them out? That's what to identify. Okay. And then the third one, to distinguish between north and south poles. There are two poles in a magnet, and the two poles, the names of the two poles are north pole and south pole. And how will you differentiate? How will you find out the difference, distinguish between the north and south poles? That you will be able to do it once you complete the lesson. Then you have to list out the properties of magnet. What are the properties of the magnet? Okay. So that we're going to see. And then finally to explain the principle of maglev train. What is maglev train? It was a principle. And we are going to see principle, the kolkai. Tamil they say kolkai. On basis of what this maglev train is working. Okay, these are your learning objectives. Okay, children. So let's begin. Let's go on to the introduction part. What is given in the introduction? அறிமுகம். அறிமுகத்தில் என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காங்க என்னங்க? A simple experiment is given. Can you see this experiment, children? See this experiment? You have to do it. You know what you must do? You have to take a tumbler, a steel tumbler, and you also take a needle. Needle எடுத்துக்கோங்க and pass a thread through it. என்ன பண்ணுறீங்க? த்ரெட்டை வந்து நீடிலுக்குள்ளே பாஸ் பண்ணி ரெடியாக வச்சுக்கோங்க. And then do this experiment. What you have to do is you have to hold it. See this girl or boy, whoever. See this hand, children, holding the place where the needle eye is, where the thread is attached to the needle. And the needle or thread attached பண்ண அந்த இடத்துல கை வச்சு நீ என்ன பண்ணிக்கணும்? அதை press பண்ணிக்கணும். Just press it. And then see what is happening here. See the needle is standing straight. Can you see, children? Needle is standing straight. As you lift up the steel tumbler, the needle is also standing up. Can you do this experiment? In the experiment நீங்களும் செய்து பார்க்குறீங்களா? உங்களுக்கும் இதே போல வருதா? ட்ரை பண்ணி பாருங்க. Then that's what happens. Observe the same activity performed by your teacher and note it. Now let your teacher do it. Okay, so let the teacher do it and see what happens. Okay, of course now the teacher is online and I'm going to explain it this way. Okay, come along with me. Can you see this picture, children? Now I am going to do this experiment for you. See here, I am going to do this same way, just like how you நீங்கள் எப்படி பண்ணீங்களோ இந்த எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட் அதே போல் நானும் செய்ய போகிறேன். நானும் ஒரு டம்ளர் எடுத்துட்டேன். I have taken a tumbler and then I have also taken a needle and a thread. I have passed the needle on the thread through the needle, eye of the needle. அதாவது நீடலோட கண்ணுக்குள்ளே என்ன பண்ணியிருக்கேன், இந்த த்ரெட்டை பாஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். Then what I'm doing, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it here and then I'm going to lift up the tumbler. If I lift up the tumbler, what happens? The thread is standing straight. But when you did it, the thread did not stand. Isn't it? நீங்கள் பண்ணும்போது த்ரெட் நிற்கல இல்லையா, அப்படி இந்த நீடில் நின்றுச்சா, இதே போல் நின்றுதுங்களா? Did the needle stand like this? No. But when the teacher is doing how the needle is standing straight, children, you know what is the secret? என்ன secret இருக்கு தெரியுங்களா? What is the secret behind this? There is something inside the tumbler. Teacher has not shown you. என்ன இருக்குங்க, இந்த டம்ளருக்குள்ள ஏதோ ஒன்று இருக்கு. What is there? There's something inside the tumbler. Here, there is something inside the tumbler, and that, what is that? And that is a magnet. A piece of magnet is kept inside the tumbler, and then when you do this experiment, what will happen? The needle, if you lift up, when you lift up the glass with the magnet inside, but you cannot see the magnet, but just lift it up, you will be able to see the needle standing up straight. It's because there is an attraction between the magnet and the iron, the needle, the steel needle. Okay? There is some attraction. Okay? There is a magnetic power passing in between. There is a magnetic field. And this is what we are going to study in this lesson. Okay? Do you understand? Come along with me, children. Alright, that's what is given here. So, does the needle stand vertically up without touching the glass? Why this happens? Because of the magnet kept inside the needle. So, discovery. So, 1.1. Discovery of magnets. How magnets were first discovered. Magnets முதலாக எப்படி வந்து கண்டுபிடிக்கப்பட்டது. That's what we're going to see in the form of a comic they have given. So, let's see it, children. There was a boy about 2,500 years back in a place named Magnesia in Greek. Inga Magnesia in Greek. Greek நாடு. In Greece, there's a place called Magnesia, and about 2,500 years back in this place, what happened? Okay, see, Magnus was rearing his goats. The name of the place is also Magnesia, and there was a shepherd boy. There's a shepherd boy, and his name was Magnus. And what was he doing? He was rearing, looking after his sheep in the fields. He was looking after தன்னுடைய ஆடுகளை மேய்த்து கொண்டிருந்தான். யாரு? மேக்னஸ் இந்த ஒரு தம்பி. ஓகே, எப்போது 2500 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு முன்பாக கிரேக்க நாட்டில் மக்னீஷியான்ற ஒரு இடத்துல இந்த தம்பி என்ன பண்ணின்ற மேக்னஸ் என்ற தம்பி என்ன பண்ணியிருக்காரு? ஆடுகளை மேய்த்து கொண்டிருக்கும் போது என்ன நடக்குது? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பிக்சர். அப்புறம் என்ன ஆச்சு? வாட் ஹேப்பன்? திஸ் பாய் ஃபெல் ஸோ ஸ்லீப். இந்த பாய்க்கு என்ன வந்துச்சு? தூக்கம் வந்துச்சு. ஸோ ஹீ டுக் அ நாப். என்ன பண்ணுறாரு? ஹீஸ் டேக்கிங் அ நாப். நாப்ன்றது என்னது? ஒரு குட்டி தூக்கம். He left the sheep and all that, and he started goats. He left all the goats and he started sleeping. And what is happening? See, look at his hand, children. What is he's having? He's having the shepherd's staff. ஷெப்பர்டுங்கெல்லாம் ஆடு இடையர்கள், ஆடு மேய்க்கிறவர்கள், இவர்கள் என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பாங்க? தேல் ஹேவ் த, அவங்க கையில் என்ன இருக்கும்? ஆடு மேய்க்கும் கோல் இருக்கும். இதுக்கு பேர் தான் ஆடு மேய்க்கும் கோல், காற்றுக்கோல். ஓகே, இதை வந்து அப்படியே பிடிச்சிட்டு தூங்குறார். Okay, this boy is going for a nap. Napna na, a small sleep. Okay, and then what happens? Then he gets up. கொஞ்ச நேரம் பொறுத்து என்ன பண்றாரு? He gets up, wake up. Oh, what is this? ஒரு ஆச்சரியமா இருக்கு. என்னன்னா தூக்கத்துல கை போயிடுச்சு. கை was not, before that the hand was holding it, and then the hand, as he was sleeping, தூக்கும் போது கை வந்து மாறி போயிடுச்சு. But what happened? See, this staff is standing straight. ஏதோ ஒன்று பிடிச்சின்னு இருக்க மாதிரி. His iron capped stick stuck on the rock and stood erect. என்ன சொல்லுது? அவனோட அயர்ன் கேப்டு ஸ்டிக், இதான் ஸ்டிக்கு. கீழே வந்து அயர்ன் இருக்கும், கேப் இருக்கும், அயர்ன் கேப்பு. ஓகே, ஸ்டக் ஆன் த ராக். அந்த ராக் மேலே ஒட்டிக்குச்சு. What did it do? It stuck on the rock and stood erect. See, it is standing erect, straight. So this was so, he was never able to understand. He was so shocked. Oh, what is this? He was telling. Okay, and then his iron nail boots also stuck on the rock. அவனோட பூட்ஸும் அயன்ல இருந்தது, நெயில் இருந்தது கீழே, பூட்ஸ் கீழே வந்து அயன் நெயில்ஸ் இருந்தது. That also stuck on the rock. So the entire village, then what did he do? He ran to the village. Villageக்கு நம்ம கிராமத்துக்கு ஓடி போய் called all the people and the entire village assembled there and wondered. எல்லாருமே இதை பார்த்துருந்தாங்க. பார்த்தீங்களா? See, the shoes are there on the rock and also the staff. The stick also was sticking. It's just standing straight. ஓகே, ஸோ தேவர் ஈச் ஒன் மஸ்ட் டெல்லிங். ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் ஒரு ரீசன் சொல்லியிருந்தாங்க. என்ன, டெஃபினெட்லி திஸ் இஸ் மேஜிக். இந்த ராக் வந்து ஒரு மேஜிக் ராக்கு, இதில் ஏதோ மந்திரம் இருக்குது அப்படி சொல்கிறாங்க. நோ, சம் அதர் ரீசன்ஸ் மைட் பி, இல்லை வேறு எதனா ரீசன் இருக்குன்னு வேற ஒருத்தர் சொல்கிறாங்க. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் த மேக்னிஃபிஷியன்ட் பவர் காட். இது வந்து பவர் ஆஃப் காட்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. ஸோ தீஸ் ஆர் ஆல் த திங்ஸ் த பீப்புள் வேர் டெல்லிங். பட் see children, what happened? The stick is standing straight, erect. The stick வந்து ஸ்ட்ரெயிட்டாக நிற்குது. அந்த ஷூஸ் ஆல்சோ ஸ்டக் on the rock. So this is the starting for the discovery of magnets. Okay, so people wondered about this incident. So they were all thinking, they were thinking about, people wondered about this incident. Each and every one expressed their views. What might be the reason for the stick to get stuck on the rock? In the stick வந்து இந்த ராக்கோட ஒட்டிட்டு இருக்கிறதுக்கு என்ன காரணம்? What is the reason? Yes, now can you tell children what is the reason? Come on children, you can guess it out now. You can tell. Yes, you are right. Your guessing is correct. Your answer is correct. That it is a magnetic rock. என்னவா இருக்கும்? நிச்சயமா அது அந்த ராக் ஒரு மேக்னெட்டிக் ராக்காக தான் இருக்கணும். People found it attracting not only for the stick of magnets but also for all the materials made of iron. அதான் ஜனங்க என்ன பண்ணாங்க? What did the people do? They started throwing things. நிறைய திங்ஸை போடும்போது, அந்த ராக் மேலே போடும்போது, இந்த அயனால் மேட் பண்ண திங்ஸ், the things which are made up of iron, they all got stuck to the rock. The more rocks of these kinds were found worldwide. உலகம் பூரா, all over the world, such type of rocks are found. And these magnetic rocks are were named. இதுங்களுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி மேக்னெட்டிக் ராக்ஸ், பாறைகளுக்கு என்ன பேர் வச்சாங்கன்னா magnets. And the ore is called as magnetite. Okay, so in the rocks were named as magnets and the ore, magnets na avanga bhashayila enna, what is the meaning? Something which is attracting. Okay, so magnet பேர் வச்சாங்க. and ore na அந்த தாது பொருள். இந்த மேக்னெட் எதனால் ஆக்கப்பட்டிருக்கு? அந்த ராக் இருக்கு பத்தியா, அந்த மலை, அந்த ஃபுல்லாவே அதுக்கு என்ன சொல்றாங்க? ore. What is the ore children? I will explain to you what is an ore. Okay, so ore means, supposing you want to ore is a substance from which you separate the material from that. Supposing you separate iron. அயன்லேருந்து, அதாவது ஒரு அயன் அதிகமாக செப்பரேட் பண்ணக்கூடிய ஒரு பொருள் இருக்குன்னு வச்சுக்கேன், அந்த பொருளுக்கு தான் என்ன சொல்கிறாங்கன்னா ஓர் சொல்லுவாங்க. இப்போ அலுமினியம் செப்பரேட் பண்ணுற, பூமியில் அலுமினியம் செப்பரேட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ஏதோ ஒரு பொருள் கிடைக்குது, ஒரு தாது பொருள். ஓகே, ஸோ அப்போ அது அதிகமாக அலுமினியம் செப்பரேட் ஆச்சுன்னா அதுக்கு என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க? அது அலுமினியம் ஓர். They call it as aluminum ore. And same way, if you get iron from a particular ore, then it is called as iron ore. So ore is nothing but a basic substance. Ore என்ன? அது ஒரு அடிப்படையான சப்ஸ்டன்ஸ், பூமியிலேருந்து கிடைக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு அடிப்படையான ஒரு பொருள். மண்ணெல்லாம் கலந்துருக்கும், அதில் அதிகமாக என்ன இருக்கும்? அந்த மெட்டல்ஸ் இருக்கும். So it will be more of the metals will be found and you can separate the metals. For example, if you take this children, there is a land and then you have see, let's take this is a mountain and then you have you just cut a piece, you dig it and you take out this part. Okay, in the part எடுத்துட்டு, and then from this part you can get lot of iron. You can separate. You take it to the factory and then you separate the iron. What do you separate from here children? Iron. So therefore this part, this total thing is called as an iron ore, தாது பொருள், from which you get the iron. So iron அதிகமாக கிடைக்கக்கூடிய அந்த மூலப்பொருள், the starting substance, that is called as an iron ore. It will be found under the surface of the earth or on the surface. பூமி கடியில் காணப்படும், இல்லைன்னா பூமி மேலே காணப்படும். Okay, so you should understand what is an ore. Ore is something. Ore is something from which you get the particular metal, extract பண்ணலாம். So that is called as an ore. Here, this is called as a magnetite. Magnetite after the name of the boy Magnus. And the boy பேர் என்ன? Magnus. So this magnetite ore was given the name Magnus. The name is also magnetite. Why magnetite, children? Because the boy who discovered his name was Magnus. So அந்த பையனோட பேர் அந்த தம்பியோட பேர் அந்த ஆட்டு மிக்கிற பிள்ளையோட பேருக்கு என்ன? மேக்னஸ். அதனால அவனை ஆனர் பண்ணுறதுக்காக அவன் தானே கண்டுபிடிச்சான். அதனால அந்த ஊருக்கு மேக்னடைட்னு பேர் வச்சாங்க. The name is also supposed to come after the name of the place, Magnesia, in which it was found. இப்படியே சொல்லுவாங்க சில பேர். Because it was found in the place called Magnesia in Greece, that is why it is also given the name as magnetite. So, two different reasons. Okay. So, now you know what it is. Magnetite. Now, see here. What is magnetite given here? So, magnetite was the ore. Magnetite was the ore with attracting property found in that region. The magnetites are natural magnets. So, magnetite is an ore. தாது பொருள். With attracting property. அதுக்கு என்ன property இருந்தது? It attracted all the iron-like substances. Okay, found in that region. So magnetites are natural magnets. This is not man-made. This is not made by man. This is a naturally found magnet. The natural magnet, they are called magnetic stones. A stone வடிவத்தில் இருக்கிறதுனால they are called as also they are called as magnetic stones. Okay, do you understand, children? Okay, let's go on to the next paragraph. Natural magnets do not have definite shape. இது இயற்கையாக கிடைக்கக்கூடிய மேக்னெட்ஸ் இல்லையா, நேச்சுரலாக பூமியில் கிடைக்கக்கூடியது. ஸோ they will not have a definite shape. Since they are used for finding direction, they are also called leading stones or lodestones. In a beautiful thing, see, one more beautiful thing about this natural magnets, they don't have shape, okay, but they are also used to find the direction. Now we will see how it is used to find out the direction. They are also called as leading stones or lodestones. You know what they used to do? They used to keep they used to cut this part. Okay, the leading stone, lodestone, magnetite. They will take it out and they will use it in the ship when they are traveling. All those days, முன்னாடி அது காலத்துலலாம் உங்களுக்கெல்லாம் இந்த கடல் மார்க்கமாக போகிறவங்க ஷிப்பில் பயணம் பண்ணுறவங்களுக்கெல்லாம் வழி தெரியாது இல்லையா. ஸோ தேர் ஆர் நோ ரோட்ஸ் ஆன் த sea. ஸோ இது கண்டுபிடிச்ச பிறகு they found out that it also shows the direction. These magnetites, the natural magnets, they showed the directions. When they hung it, suspend பண்ணும்போது, இதை கையில் கட்டி சஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணும்போது என்ன நடந்ததா? This always showed the direction, one particular direction. என்ன டைரக்ஷன் காட்டுதா? எப்பொழுதும் these stones will show the north and south direction. So if you know the directions, you can easily find out the where you have to go. நீங்கள் போகிற வேண்டிய வழியை நீங்கள் பார்த்துட்டு போயிட்டே இருக்கலாம் இல்லையா. So they are also called as leading stones or lodestones. Leading, வழி நடத்தக்கூடிய, வழி காண்பிக்கக்கூடிய கற்கள். So leading stones or lodestones. So magnetite is also called as leading stone or lodestone. What is magnetite? It's a natural magnet. It is in the form of a rock. It does not have a proper shape. But the special property is it will show the direction. What direction it will show? It will always show the north and the south direction. If you hang it in you tie take a piece of rock and just tie it in a thread and just leave it, suspend it, hang பண்ணுங்க. Okay, நீங்கள் விளையாடும் போது பண்ணலாம். Then what happens? It will always show the two directions, and that is north direction and the south direction. So if you know the north and south direction, you can see the other direction. You can find out the other direction. North, south மட்டும் உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சதுன்னா உங்களுக்கு west எது, east எது, இதெல்லாம் நம்ம கண்டுபிடிச்சிடலாம். So since it is showing the directions, it was called as leading stones or lodestones. Okay. Do you understand this, children? The first part, and then you have the magnet of different shapes. There are different shapes of the magnet. After learning, now let's go on to the next part of it. 1.2, magnet of different shapes. After learning the method of changing the piece of iron into magnet, okay, magnetization. This is called magnetization. What is magnetization? The method of changing a piece of iron. You take a piece of iron into and make it into magnet. ஜஸ்ட் அ பீஸ் ஆஃப் அயன். ஒரு அயன் துண்டு எடுத்து இரும்பு துண்டு எடுத்து அதை மேக்னெட்டாக கன்வெர்ட் பண்ணலாம் இல்லையா? இந்த ப்ராசஸ்க்கு பேர் தான் மேக்னடைசேஷன். Okay, so we have been making and using several kinds of magnets. Such man-made magnets are called artificial magnets. Now you know what are artificial. Okay, artificial na man-made. What are the artificial magnets, children? They are made by man. Okay, so in the previous paragraph, இதுக்கு முந்தின paragraphல என்ன பார்த்தோம்? Magnetite பார்த்தோம் இல்லையா? They are natural magnets. We saw that they are all natural magnets. They are found by nature. Okay, so no man made it. மனுஷன் உருவாக்கல. But here, what did man do after finding out the method of changing the piece of iron into magnet, that is magnetization? He made magnets. And these magnets are called as artificial magnets. Okay, so see here, what are the different kinds of the shapes of the magnets given here? Magnet, bar magnet. Can you see, children? Bar magnet, it's in the form of a bar. So therefore it is called as a bar magnet. Can you see? This is a bar magnet. Then you have the horseshoe magnet. It's in the form of the horseshoe. குதிரை லாடம் இருக்குது பார்த்தியா, அது குதிரையோட ஷூ இருக்குது பார்த்தீங்களா, அந்த வடிவத்தில் இருக்கக்கூடிய. ஸோ தட் இஸ் கால்ட் அ ஹார்ஸ்-ஷூ மேக்னெட். அண்ட் தென் யூ ஹேவ் தி ரிங் மேக்னெட். இட்ஸ் இன் த ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் ரிங். அண்ட் தென் யூ ஹேவ் த நீடில் மேக்னெட். ஓகே, தீஸ் ஆர் த டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஷேப்ஸ். தி ஓவல் ஷேப். ஓவல்னா தெரியும் இல்லையா, முட்டை வடிவம். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் த ஷேப். அண்ட் தென் யூ ஹேவ் த டிஸ்க் ஷேப், the disc shape magnet. And then you have the cylindrical shape. These are all the different shapes of the magnet. They are all artificial and they are man-made. Bar magnet, horseshoe magnet. What is it given here? Bar magnet, horseshoe magnet, ring magnet, needle magnet are generally used as artificial magnets. Oval shape, disc shape, cylindrical and magnets are also available. Okay? Right. Let's go on. So you can do this in activity 1. Take a magnet, take the magnet closer to the objects surrounding you. What happens? And observe. Take a magnet close to the different objects. உன்னை சுற்றி இருக்கக்கூடிய ஆப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ் கிட்ட இந்த மேக்னெட்ஸ் எல்லாம் கொண்டு போங்க. What will happen? The objects, some of the objects will be attracted by the magnet. Give some examples, children. What are the objects attracted by the magnet? Write them. Write 1, 2, 3, 4. What are the objects? Right. Objects that are not attracted by the magnet. என்னென்ன magnet, என்னென்ன objectனா attract ஆகலை. So which are the objects which are not attracted by the magnet? You make a list here. So which substances are used to make the objects attracted by the magnet? இப்போ next your question will be, now you have made the 2 list. After இந்த 2 list செய்த பிறகு, the objects attracted by the magnet and the objects not attracted by the magnet, you have made 2 lists. After making these 2 lists, you have to, which are the substances used to make the object. So attract ஆகுது பார்த்தீங்களா, the objects is attracted by the magnet. அந்த objects எதனால செய்யப்பட்டிருக்கு? Which substances are used to make the object? What are the substances which are used to make the object attracted by the magnet? So magneட்டால அட்ராக்ட் ஆகக்கூடிய அந்த பொருட்கள் எந்த ஆப்ஜெக்ட்னால, எந்த சப்ஸ்டன்ஸ்னால ஆக்கப்பட்டிருக்கு, செய்யப்பட்டிருக்கு, உருவாக்கப்பட்டிருக்கு அப்படின்றது நீங்கள் ஆராய்ந்து பார்க்கணும். ஓகே, alright children, I hope you will do it. Alright, then let's go on to 1.3, magnetic and non-magnetic substances. According to your experiment, இப்போ நீங்கள் பண்ண experiment பிரகாரம், you can name 2 things, okay? You have the magnetic and the non-magnetic materials. Magnetic and the non-magnetic materials. What are magnetic substances? Substances which are very easy, children, ரொம்ப easy. Substances which are attracted by the magnet are called magnetic substances. What are the examples? You have iron, you have cobalt, you have nickel. These are all the magnetic substances. So the substance, once again, let me repeat. மறுபடி சொல்கிறேன், என்னென்ன சப்ஸ்டன்ஸ் எல்லாம் மேக்னெட்டால் ஈர்க்கப்படுகிறதோ, அட்ராக்ட் ஆகுதோ, அந்த substances, those substances are called as magnetic substances. Okay, so examples you have iron, cobalt, nickel are magnetic. These are all metals, children. Okay, next let's go on. What are non-magnetic substances? Just opposite to magnetic substances are non-magnetic. The substances which are not attracted by magnet are called non-magnetic substances. என்னென்ன substance எல்லாம் magnet-ஆல attract ஆகாம இருக்கும், which are not attracted by magnet, they are called as non-magnetic substances. Example, you have paper, you have plastic. These are all called as non-magnetic substances. Okay, children? So now you know what are magnetic substances and non-magnetic substances. Okay, and then we have the magnetic poles. We are going to the next one, and that is 1.4 and magnetic poles. So what you're supposed to do, children? What is magnetic poles? What are poles? Every magnet has got two poles. Can you see this, children? See here, the magnet, here's one pole, another pole. What is the two poles? Place some iron filings on a paper. Now, let me explain this. Place some iron filings on a paper. Place a bar magnet horizontally on the filings and turn it over a few times. Now, lift the magnet. What do you see? Which part of the magnet has more iron fillings? Okay, let me read it. Place some iron filings on a paper. Place a bar magnet horizontally in the filings and turn it over a few times. Now, lift the magnet. What do you see? Which part of the magnet has more iron filings sticking to it? See, children, I have placed the arrow as I am reading. Padikka, and the arrow vachirken, so you can understand, you can read. You should also learn, children. You are in 6th standard. You should be able to read the words. Okay, you should read and understand. So that is why I am pointing out the arrow as I am reading. Alright, so what is it given here? You have to take some iron filings in a paper. Or paper nariya iron filings எடுத்து iron filings இரும்பு தூள்கள் இரும்பு தூளை எடுத்துட்டு என்ன பண்ணுங்க, ஒரு மேக்னெட் எடுத்து அது மேலே ரோல் பண்ணுங்க நல்லா. ஓகே, அண்ட் வென் யூ ரோல் இட் ஆஃப்டர் நல்லா கொஞ்ச நேரம் ரோல் பண்ண பிறகு யூ லிஃப்ட் இட் அப். லிஃப்ட் பண்ணும்போது கையால் அது தூக்கும்போது என்ன நடக்குது பாருங்க. கேன் யூ சீ திஸ் சில்ட்ரன்? ரெண்டு ஓரங்கள், டூ சைட்ஸ். ஓகே, யூ சீ தி அயன் ஃபில்லிங் ஸ்டிக்கிங் மோட். இங்கே நிறைய ஸ்டிக் ஆயிருக்கு, எங்கேயும் ஸ்டிக் ஆயிருக்கு. வாட் இஸ் திஸ்? So from this you understand this is a magnet, and the magnet has got more power. Where? At the two ends. Attracting power is more, maximum at the two ends. So அதிகமா இந்த ரெண்டு எண்டில், இந்த ரெண்டு மூலைகளில் இருக்கு. So these are called as the two poles of the magnet. Okay, the two poles of these are all, this is only called as the poles of the magnet, and we are going to give the name for them. So which part of the magnet has almost no filing sticking to it? எந்த பார்ட்ல வந்து ஃபைலிங் ஸ்டிக் ஆகவே இல்லைன்னா உங்களுக்கே தெரியுது, மிடில் பார்ட். Okay, so let's go on. The parts, I'm going to go to this paragraph. The parts of the magnet, those attract the largest amount of iron filings, are called as its poles. They are only called as poles. What is the definition, children, for poles? The attractive forces of the magnet is very large near the two ends. Okay, so these two ends are called, its poles. So in the end ends, the two ends are called the poles. You understand? More the attractive forces are found at the two ends. Very large the two ends. The ரெண்டு முனைகளிலும் அதிகமாக attractive force இருக்குனால, so those parts are called as the poles of the magnet. If you have a horseshoe magnet or any other magnet, எந்த magnet இருந்தாலும் நீ என்ன பண்ணலாம், இதை டெஸ்ட் பண்ணி பார்க்கலாம். Okay, at any other type of magnet, find the position of its poles by its experiment. இந்த experiment செய்து நீங்க என்ன பண்ணுங்க, poles கண்டுபிடிங்க. Okay, you know what's a horseshoe magnet? Horseshoe magnet will be like this. I already told you. Okay, so this is the horseshoe magnet. Okay, this is the horseshoe magnet. If you have this kind of magnet or any type of magnet, if you have whatever type of magnet in your house, you can do the same experiment. Take a paper with iron filings and rub these in the magnets. என்ன பண்ணுங்க, அது மேலே நல்லா என்ன பண்ணுங்க, ரோல் பண்ணுங்க. After that, you take it out. You will see the two ends. You see the two ends, a lot of iron filings sticking to it. Now you locate the two poles. These are called as the poles. இந்த ரெண்டு எங்கெல்லாம் வந்து இந்த போல்ஸ் மேக்னெட்டில் வந்து எந்தெந்த பகுதியில் வந்து அதிகமாக அயன் ஃபைலிங்ஸ் ஓட்டிகிட்டு இருக்கோ அந்த பகுதிக்கு பேர் தான் போல்ஸ். You understand, children? So you locate the poles of your magnet. Okay, and you can do it also. This experiment, see this boy is going around in the mud and is collecting some iron filings. He's using a magnet and he's pulling out some pieces of iron, okay, from the sand. You can do this experiment. Then 1.5, finding directions with a magnet. How can you do it? You can do this also. How to find out I already told you that you can find out the directions, no? That the natural magnets in the earlier days they used to find out the directions. So you can also find out the direction of the magnet. See, this is the experiment, children. See, you take this and you have to suspend. This is a magnet. Okay, it's a bar magnet and you tie it. Take a piece of thread. Thread எடுத்து என்ன பண்ண கயிறு எடுத்து கட்டுங்க. இடையில in the middle you have to make a knot. Okay, tie it up and suspend. This is called a suspending. It's called suspended. Suspend பண்ணும்போது what will happen is this one will move. You see, it will rotate. Then after some time it will come to rest. Then see the direction which it is showing, and that direction will be always north and south direction. Okay, this is just a roughly I told you. Now I will read it out and I'll explain it to you. Okay, finding directions with the magnet. Okay, tie a piece of thread to the center of a bar magnet and suspend it. You know what is suspending? Okay, note in which direction the magnet stops. Okay, after moving the magnet will stop. Note the direction. Draw a line on the sheet of cardboard or the table along the direction in which the bar magnet stops. என்ன சொல்றாங்க? So you take a cardboard and keep it on the table. You're doing the experiment here. மேல என்ன பண்றீங்க? You're doing the experiment, and down what you must do is you have to keep a cardboard. And after the magnet moves, after rotating, after moving around, it will come to a direction. It will stand in one particular direction. So அது என்ன direction நிக்குதோ அதுக்கு equally you have to draw it here on the cardboard, on the paper down. And now you will know what is the direction. So you got a line here. Can you see this line here? You got a line here. It will be parallel to this. நீ இதுக்கு parallel நீ கீழே ஒரு line எந்த directionல நிக்குதோ அதே directionல நீ என்ன பண்ணணும்? லைனை கீழே வரைஞ்சிக்கணும். Then you check it out. What is the direction here? What are the two directions it is showing? And you will find out it will always show the north and south direction. One will be north and the other one will be south direction. That is a line parallel to the bar magnet. I have told you that. Okay. Turn the magnet gently and let it come to stop again. Repeat it 3 or 4 times. 2, 3 times or 3, 4 times in the experiment நீங்க செய்யுங்க. Does the bar magnet stop in the same direction each time? ஒவ்வொரு முறையும் நீங்கள் இந்த எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட் பண்ணும்போது இந்த பார் மேக்னெட் அதே டைரக்ஷனில் நிற்குதா? சேம் டைரக்ஷன் each time? In which direction does the magnet stop every time? So this is roughly the north-south direction. This is roughly the north-south direction. The end of the magnet that points to the north is called north pole, and end that points to the south is called south pole. That's all, children. The end which is pointing to the north pole is called a north pole of the magnet, and the end which is pointing the south pole is called as the south pole of the magnet. This is how you mark your poles, the poles of your magnet. So a freely suspended magnet, okay, I'll just take it off and I'll come again to it. Alright. A freely suspended magnet always comes to rest in the north-south direction. Okay, when you suspend a magnet, always it will come in the north. It rests in the north-south direction. Okay, all right. And then we have the magnetic compass, and the last part we are going to see, and we are going to stop in this video. What is a magnetic compass? A compass is an instrument. It is an instrument. This is a magnetic compass, children. Okay, a compass is an instrument which is used to find directions. So ஒரு டைரக்ஷன் வழிகளை காண்பிக்கிறதுக்காக பயன்படுத்தப்பட்ட அந்த இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட்டுக்கு பேர் தான் compass. It is mostly used in, where it is used in ships and airplanes. As a rule, mountaineers also carry a compass. They carry a compass with them so that they do not lose their way in the unknown places. So mountaineer, they're only called as mountaineers. So these mountaineers, these people also will carry this compass with them, and so that they can see the direction, so that they will not lose their way. அவங்க ஏறும்போது வழி தெரியாமல் எங்கன்னா போயிடலாம் இல்லையா? ஸோ அதெல்லாம் அவாய்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்காக they will carry this compass. This compass is used for finding out the direction. All right. The compass has a magnetic needle that can rotate easily. The Mark 10. And what does the compass contain, children? It contains a magnetic needle. This is the needle. It can rotate easily. The marked end of the needle is the north pole of the magnet. Can you use magnetic compass to find out best direction? Ask your teacher. Okay, children, I am asking you. Can you use magnetic compass to find out best direction? Magnetic compass. Yes, of course you can find out. Look at this picture. This is a magnetic compass and you have all the directions marked in it. You have every direction. You have the north and the south and the east. How many directions are there? Every direction is marked. The north, south, east, west, and then you have northwest, northeast, and you have southwest, southeast. Okay, every direction can be found out using a compass because everything will be marked here. Okay, so you don't understand, children, what is this? This is a magnetic compass used by mountaineers. Those people who are going on the mountain, they are climbing the mountain, and also they use, even in the ships they use. Okay, alright, children, this is for to find out the direction. I think I'll stop with this, children. I hope you understood. Thank you.